The problem is, you know, he's playing against Michael Jordan. His friends are watching, so every time Jordan does something, he knows he's going to get a phone call, but he battles.
Rhodes, not afraid, but unable to do anything against Jordan.
But he's not shaking. You know, you can see he's going to come back, put his nose down, and try to guard him.
And Jordan is intent on letting him know who he's playing against. The ball out of bounds to Houston.
I mean, Roderick Rhodes is a guy that you know, you go to the park and you look at this guy and you say, you know, I don't know if he can play or not, but I'm going to pick him to be on my team.
Check it, there was a Chicago foul, and it's on Jason Caffey. Meanwhile, as we watch Jordan, who did miss his last two shots, operating on Roderick Rhodes, and now a technical foul has been called. Charles Barkley.
This is a bad time to get a technical foul.
He pieced it together. Here's what happened. Roderick Rhodes puts it behind the back, drives on Michael Jordan. Barkley thought that Michael fouled and there was no call. And listen to what Barkley says to the officials.
That is a foul. I know he's Michael Jordan.
And that earns him the technical. Hey, that's a foul. I don't care if he is Michael Jordan. Now, Michael is jawing at Barkley, and Ahmad Rashad tells us from the sideline that Michael was telling him, go ahead, Charles, get another one.
But in this case, that rule probably shouldn't apply to Joe Klein.
So I started to ask you, is there any sign of decline at all in Michael Jordan? And if and when it happens, what should we look for? What would be the telltale signs?
You know, I know I'm supposed to be the analyst here on Sunday, and I'm supposed to tell, you know, I'm supposed to have the expert advice, but, you know, Michael Jordan, I can't figure this guy out.
Jordan, double team, shoots it anyway, hits it anyway. Jordan's pass intercepted by Barkley. Barkley fires a three over Rodman, and it's there for him. Now they're within 6.
Now Barkley's talking to Rodman now, trying to get into his head.
Pippen into Longley, and Longley slams it, with Barkley arriving late.
But Barkley had just made the steal from Jordan. Comes down, pulls up, shoots the three, and then he's going to go back down, and he's talking to Rodman, saying, hey, I'm ready now. I'm ready.
Barkley in between Jordan and Rodman. And Michael can't believe that the foul is on him. It's his first. You remember after the Christmas Day game, Pat Riley had some sarcastic comments about His Majesty Michael Jordan, saying, hey, this guy, if he came out and whacked you with a 2x4, he wouldn't get a foul called on. That's not exactly what Pat said, but words to that effect.
Well, I remember playing against Pat Riley's Lakers team when he had two Majesties in Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Magic Johnson. I remember they beat us in the finals in Game 6.
Michael still jawing at Barkley. Now, these guys are close friends, just as you were with Magic Johnson. How does that change the dynamic, if at all?
Well, actually, it makes you want to compete harder against him, you know, because you two are friends. You spend a lot of time together, and at the end of the day, you don't want this guy.
Barkley over Pippen. Jordan over Rhodes. The rookie's going to be watching this tape for a while. And what he's shown, speaking of Rhodes, is that he's not intimidated. He comes right back at Michael at both ends of the floor. Pulls up by 8, and Jordan coming to the free throw line. That's the 4th foul on Roderick Rhodes. And look at Barkley and Michael.
Yeah, these two guys, see, when you're friends like that, it makes you compete harder against each other. It makes you want to go out and show the other guy. And as you can see, they both slam into each other just then against each other. You don't necessarily have to hate each other to compete.
Barkley's pass batted away and stolen by Kukoc. Here's Jordan for the pull-up.
That's pretty. That's beautiful. That's pretty.
still bumping, still jawing, Jordan and Barkley.
But see, these two guys are having fun playing basketball on a Sunday afternoon. If there was nobody in the building, they would still be acting and playing the same way against each other. Look at them.
That whistle comes before the shot. And Rhodes picks up his 5th.
Now on the fast break, on the transition, very rarely do you see this play made in basketball anymore. The pull-up, jump stop, J, rotation, sweep. All you young kids. Yeah, see, they're in the park on the Sunday afternoon saying, I got you, you got me. A little headbutt right there. Come on, get some next week. I'll see you at the park again. Believe me, if there was nobody in the gym, these two guys would be playing the exact same way. Because as I said before, basketball is Michael Jordan's true love, just as it is Charles Barkley. It comes before everything else. Jordan just gave Barkley another shot.
31 for Michael. 10-point Chicago lead.
Jordan saying, I want it. Give it to me.
He's got Emmanuel Davis on him now. Pulls up and drills one over him.
Yeah.
He says, all right, I'll give you a little taste of what I gave your buddy Roderick Rhodes.
Hey, that's basketball in the summer, in the park. That's what all the YMCA guys want to do.
Who you got next, Rudy T?
Oh,
they jostled each other again,
that
Jordan and Barkley.
That's what competition's all about. That's why these two guys are the 50 of the greatest. Look at them. They compete. They play hard every night. Give you some. You take a little bit.
This, Isaiah, is not exactly a love bump as Jordan and Barkley cross paths at the end of the 3rd quarter.
Boom, watch it, here it comes. Boom. See, I love that. See, that's competition. There's nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with competing. And these two guys love to compete. That's where they get their thrill. That's where they get their rush. That's the energy. That's the juice. That's the love of the game, competing. See, look at the smile. I like that.
His high for the year came in November on the West Coast against the Clippers in a double overtime win. He had 49. He hasn't had a 50-point game this season.
I know I've said it before, but I'm just baffled and amazed that he could still do this at the age that he's at.
He went past both Elvin Hayes and Moses Malone on the all-time scoring list this year. Now Barkley playing with him. Now Michael ranks 3rd, and a distant 3rd, behind Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Wilt Chamberlain. Jordan again, 37.
You know, Michael Jordan's like one of those old guys at the park. You know, you go and play against him every day.
Barkley against Rodman. Barkley might have thought he deserved the foul on top of it. He'll settle for the 2. Jordan fires a 3, and that's the way to stop him.
He's in a serious thing.
For 40. Barkley driving on Longley, and an offensive foul. Barkley leaning on Rodman, and Rodman fouls it.
You still got Barkley and Jordan going at each other. That stuff is great, you know that. Like I said, that's what you play for. That's the love. That's the competition. There's nothing better than that.
Jordan from Rodman for 3 and 43.
Roderick Rhodes fell on the screen.
The Bulls are over the limit. The Rockets have just 1 team foul in this 4th quarter. The rookie Rhodes misses, and we go to Ahmad.
All right, Bob, yes, you know, when you pointed that thing out to Michael in your pregame talk, I think he may have taken that as a challenge, because in the room he said his finger hurt and his wrist hurt. Then he comes out here and just fires it up from 3 points. So
here's Longley.
I think George's the type of guy that, you know, when he takes his kids to the park to play and he's about like 45, 50 years old, somebody will walk up to him and ask him, hey, man, you want to shoot? And he'll say, nah, I probably don't want to shoot. And then they'll go out and drill him for 10 straight threes.
3-on-2 with Jordan in the middle of it. Dishes to Pippen.
Picture-perfect fast break.
Scooped up by Barkley. And Charles now with 33. A Sunday afternoon duel between Barkley and Jordan. Barkley has played 41 minutes. Jordan has played 40. With Drexler and Olajuwon out. 5 on the 24. Michael to the baseline. The reverse no. Longley bats it up in the air. Barkley has it. 12 seconds. They have one timeout plus a 20. They're not using anything here. Rhodes all the way to the basket. His floater is no good, and that should clinch it. Willis has to foul Jordan with 3 seconds left.
But Rudy signaled for a timeout, and then he changed his mind, and he told... It's been a great day in the park for Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley.
45 for MJ, 35 for Sir Charles. And a 106-100 victory for the Bulls, who are now 20-1 on their home floor. And we go to Ahmad Rashad.
all right, thanks, Bob. Michael, one of the things we were talking about before the game was you guys' lack of ability to close these teams out. Phil, you stay here too.